All right, what we got here is a Plymouth Rat Rod build. This is my 36, and I've got the motor installed right now, and height suspension, that's in previous builds. But I got the motor in, and you can't really tell right now because the car is sitting over there, but usually the bottom pulley right here sits about right here. So what I've done here is I've taken this engine and I've pushed it probably a good 8, maybe 10 inches back right now. I don't exactly know, but it doesn't make a difference. I am going to have to take my firewall out though and move everything in, but since I'm sitting a little bit up in that particular car, I don't need the leg room in there, so I'm going to try to move this engine back as far as possible, which I've already done. And what that gets me is I'm distributing my weight a little bit towards the back. Also den Motor habe ich jetzt 10 Zoll nach hinten gejuckt, einfach, dass ein bisschen mehr das Gewicht verteilt an das Auto. Sieht man hier vorne, normalerweise ist es hier vorne, aber jetzt ist es ein bisschen weiter nach hinten. Got a little bit of gray going on, a little bit of rust going on right here because it's been sitting outside, but that's not a bad deal. I'll put a tarp over it tonight. I've also taken the motor and sat it down as close to the bottom of the ground as I think I can. I was actually at a car show this morning in Classic, and I was laying underneath the hot rods and everything, seeing what their clearance is at. But I've got a good 7 inches underneath there, and what I can also do if I want to get a little bit of extra space here, I can take it and put this bolt right here, either right here or right here. So if I do think I'm a little bit closer to the ground, then I can go ahead and actually raise my frame up a little bit, and the stance of the car will still look the same. Anyway, this is what I knocked out today. We got about the 14th of April 2014, and the frame is probably what I would consider about 80% done right now. So everything is kind of tack welded right now. I don't know if you heard that, but that was actually a Autobahn 45 is right over here. So you hear these M3s and BMWs and Ducatis go by. Anyway, back to this. I actually used round stock on the 30 Ford Coupe, but what I've done here this time is just use square stock. This is actually about a wall strength of 4 millimeters, so it's pretty damn stout. Anyway, my exhaust will come right through here, and I'll just kind of like pan through here. And you can see I got plenty of room for an exhaust system. Now some of this stuff I've welded. Now, I'm not the greatest welder in the world, but I tell you what, with equipment like right over here, a monkey can weld good. You just got to dial it in a little bit, and right now I just have everything tack welded. Now either I'll do this myself because you're not going to see this, and I can buzz through this thing pretty good, or I'll get my buddy Roland to actually TIG weld it for me. Probably TIG welding is the better thing to do. Anyway, I got a little cross member thing going on right here. This is nice, stout stock. My drive shaft obviously comes through right here. I got this set at about a 2-degree angle right now, going upwards. That's what it's supposed to be at. And the motor sitting in here nice and stout. And I'll give you a little view from the bottom. This is my, from here to here is a solid 7 inches. And like I said, I can either go up in the front or I can go back and lift the back up a little bit. But engine's in. Pretty excited about that. I can bounce up and down on this thing, and it's nice and solid, and you can see my engine moving back and forth. I don't think I'm going to have a problem there. So it's a pretty tight frame. I don't think I got to worry about this thing twisting. And let's see, what else can I tell you tonight? I think that's about it. There's the car. A little quick pan around in there. Just going to put a floor in it, but obviously I can't put the floor in it until I get the frame done. I did this welding about a week ago, and again, you can see it bounce up and down. This is pretty stout stuff. I'm going to put some reinforcement here, here, and my gas tank is going to sit back here, and I'm shooting for about 25 plus gallons of stainless steel gas tank. I'm going to go ahead and do the in-tank fuel pump just to keep it nice and quiet. And again, this motor will pop out of here in about a year and a half when I get everything running. And what I'll do is I'll pop the LS3 from Connect and Cruise from GM Performance Parts through Summit Racing. Always wanted to do that, so I want to go generation, whatever that would be. And what I've done here is I got my nice little new motor mounts down here, or transmission mount. And what I've done here is I got this little plate. Now the reason I got this tack welded in here right here is I can take it and move this plate back and forth just by trimming these off right here, and then I'll just have to paint it up again. But that's just in case the motor mount's not exactly the same with the Connect and Cruise, but again, I have flexibility, and this, I got a lot of room up in here, so I'm not really worried about that. And I understand they sell a conversion kit because the LS motor sits, the motor mounts are a little bit further back right here, so there's an adjustment. What I can also do is I can just take, the headers will be different, I can just slice these things off right here and move them back wherever I want to. Again, a lot of flexibility in here, and I kept my frame completely clean up in here. Also, ein bisschen für die das deutsche Publikum, fast fertig jetzt. Die Kleinigkeiten muss ich noch machen. Ich werde jetzt den Body wieder drauf hieven mit unseren schönen Krangeräte hier, und dann muss ich noch mal ein Firewall heute Abend schneiden und dann ist Feierabend. Wir haben hier Sonntagabend, der 14. April 2014, and that's about it. So, cool. Got the stance down, got the look right, and the artillery wheels from Wheels Ventique are on their way. I got the 17 inches by 9 inches. I heard they just came out with those about a month ago, and I got them powder coated flat black, or what they call satin black. Anyway, that's about it right now, and I'll just do a quick pan around and then call it a day. Auf Wiedersehen von Deutschland. All right, so take care, bye-bye from Germany. Take care, Rat Rod, Plymouth build, number 11, I think this is what it is. Take care, bye-bye.